Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Okay, in this video, I'm going to talk about a horror topic. Okay, not about horror movies. It's about werewolf. You must have heard about werewolf. You must have seen them on TV, YouTube, and sometimes in the movies. Okay, now I'm going to talk about this topic. Do werewolves exist? Now, what is a werewolf? It's about a man, woman, or a human being bitten by a wolf. He or she changes into a wolf during a full moon. Now, is it true? Do they exist? Have anyone seen them? Now, let's discuss about this werewolf. Okay, now what is so special about this werewolf? So, if you check up in the dictionary on the internet, or do werewolves exist? Now, the theory is no, there's no scientific evidence to prove that werewolves, as said in folktales and popular culture, actually exist. Alright, werewolves are product of myth and imagination, not reality. That means they are not real. While some people have conditions like lycanthropy, which can involve the delusion of being a wolf. Okay, these are actually psychiatric issues rather than physical transformations. Like if someone thinks that he or she is a wolf, they are having some problems mentally, or they are having some hallucinations, or they believe too much in this werewolf theory. All right, they think that they are wolves, but there's no physical transformation, meaning that they won't physically their body will not change to a wolf like what we see in the movies. Okay, now these werewolves, they are actually very scary. Like if you see a comedy movie, action movie, romance movie, or horror movie, always the horror movies, they'll have a box office hit, meaning the number of tickets sold or the profit that they make is more because people, they find these horror movies very thrilling. They like to watch scary movies. They like to get scared in the theaters. They like to listen to horror stories. Now, some, although they don't believe in werewolves, ghosts, supernatural, but they just listen for the thrill of it. They like they like to get scared. They're excited when they hear such stories of a supernatural, werewolf, Dracula, vampires, Bigfoot, or some Blair Witch. Okay, now the scary part is, okay, werewolf, they look scary, they frighten you. Like if you look at this photo, this image, so they like to get scared by scary images. Some believe and some do not. Okay, when we are young, okay, we read fairy tales, we watch cartoons. Okay, we have heard about the big bad wolf, the big bad wolf. Right, they are there to catch children, and some parents, they scare their children, especially those children living in the village and countryside. Now, don't go out at night alone, or don't go to the forested area without your daddy or your mommy, or without your friends, without your relatives, or go with groups. Do not go alone, or else the big bad wolf will catch you, the ghost will catch you. you know the what do you call that, the some psycho hiding there, he will catch you. They like to frighten their children, okay, just because they don't want their child to get lost or go alone in the forested areas. They come up with these kind of stories. Now, this kind of stories sometimes will affect a child's behavior. All right, they'll go into the child's deep. The child will keep it in their heart, and some, when they grow up, they forget it. They think that all these are fairy tales, they don't exist. But some, they won't forget. This theory of the big bad wolf will follow them many years later. Even they reach adulthood, they still have nightmares about werewolf. And they believe that these are real. Okay, we all have heard of this story. The Little Red Riding Hood. Okay, the big bad wolf will chase this girl, Little Red Riding Hood. Okay, then some parents they scare their children, don't go out in the woods alone, or else the big bad wolf will catch you, like how this Little Red Riding Hood got caught. You know, she got chased by the big bad wolf. Okay, so sometimes the stories that our grandmother tell us and our parents tell us to frighten us, to restrict us from going into lonely places. Sometimes these stories will remain in our heart even when we grow up old, and it may affect some people mentally, emotionally. All right, and that's why some they forget all these stories, but some they keep in their heart. They grow big and they come up with some illusions that there are werewolves. You know, a man or a lady can change into a wolf, half man, half wolf, when they get bitten by a wolf. You know, so all these things that we hear, all the stories and the movies that we see, all these will affect some people deeply. And those people who are strong, they will not believe all these. They won't let all these things frighten them. Actually, we all know that werewolves don't exist. So some they claim to have seen them, and they can't come up with the evidence. Okay, they come up with some photos. These photos may be true. Okay, may be true or may not be true. Okay, some maybe they want to get viewers, they want to get attention, and they come up with some stories. They want to become famous. So some of the stories and pictures that they provide, or the clips that they provide, can be true or may not be true. Some may be make up stories. Okay, wolves exist, but for what we know up to this date, scientifically, werewolves they do not exist. All right, in the year 1981, there was one movie. Okay, this was a very famous horror movies in the 80s. It's called The Howling. It's about people who go for they live in for holiday. They go to a remote cabin, they get bitten. One man get bitten by a werewolf, and he transforms into a wolf, and it spreads to all the normal people who go there. One by one they get bitten and they get killed by the silver bullet. So this movie I saw it when I was very young in the 1980s. It scared me very much, and sometimes even I have the next few days after watching these movies, I have nightmares. I am one of those children who got these nightmares when I watch such a horror movie. This movie is indeed very frightening. The effects, the makeup, and the man transforming into a wolf, it's really scary. All those makeup and those special effects, it really frightened me a lot. Okay, so some they really believe that werewolves exist, and this is how they transform from a human to a wolf. Okay, and this is another clip of a lady transforming into a wolf in the movie The Howling. It's a very scary movie. It's still available on the internet or your nearest video library. You may be able to find the movie. It's a 1981 movie. It's a scary movie. It's just a movie. Okay, okay. This movie. Why do they make movies? Okay, the people acting there, the director, producer, they are looking for profit. They want views. They want people to watch their movies. So they make it. They want the movies to be a box office hit, to run in the theaters, to be famous. So sometimes, okay, their their objective. You see, the objective is to make money, make profit. Okay, and they may not worry. It's not their problem to worry about uh, the viewers watching these movies and getting some side effects, or even the viewers believe that werewolf exists or not. It's none of the actresses concern. It's none of the directors concern and the producers concern. All right, they are doing their job, their objective. Do I meet my objective in making money? That's all. All right, so just because we watch this movie and we cannot believe without scientific evidence and proof that werewolves they exist, and if a human being get bitten by a wolf, uh, he or she will transform into a wolf. All right, another famous movie that came out in the 80s is An American Werewolf in London. Although this movie, uh, in my point of view, it's not as scary as The Howling, but it's okay. You can watch this movie. It's also frightening. It's also a man in London. He gets bitten by a wolf and he transforms into a werewolf. Okay, another movie is My Mom's a Werewolf. Okay, this is also uh, a lady changing into a werewolf, but this is horror and comedy. It's a comedy movie. It's also it was famous in the 80s. Okay, all these movies, uh, for people who get frightened, these movies, okay, they really played a great impact on them. Okay, there's a 1941 black and white old movie also called The Wolfman. Right, in those days when there's no color, when there's no Eastman color and Technicolor, when the movies were in black and white, gray, these werewolf movies, it existed, and in those days people used to watch horror movies also, and this is one of those movies. Okay, there's also another theory. A man or a woman will transform into a wolf during a full moon. Only during a full moon they transform. So if you see full moon, people who believe in werewolf and they live nearby forested area, and there are some legends and stories about werewolf, or they'll think in their heart, okay, uh, I've heard of these stories here. I've heard of werewolf, and today is full moon, so today don't go out because a werewolf might catch you. They have this thinking deep inside them. Some don't say it out and they keep it in their heart. This is a result or the side effects of all those stories they hear, all those legends, the myths, and the movies that they see. All right, wolf exists, yes, but up to this date, there's no proof that werewolf exists. So if you ask me, actually, without seeing anything, without scientific evidence or proof, we cannot say that werewolf exists. All right. So people working in the zoo with wolf, all those zookeepers who work with wolves, some they got bitten by this wolf, and during full moon, those zookeepers who got bitten by the wolf, they never changed to werewolf, right? So the theory of werewolf, without proper evidence, we cannot say that it is true. So if you ask me, they don't exist, or maybe a few percentage I may say they may exist somewhere deep in a very thick jungle somewhere where we don't know, where man has never been. They may exist, I don't know, but as far as evidence is con- concerned, werewolf, they don't exist. All right. Okay, so guys, thank you very much for joining me in this video. So if you like my videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and give a thumbs up to my video, and I'll come up with more videos on animals and outdoor adventure. All right, till we meet again in another video. Oh, this is a werewolf video, right? This is a wolf video. So I made a sound of a snake. Okay, now let me make a sound of a wolf. Bye bye.